Hello everyone, it's Anthony Couch, a guitarist on YouTube, and today we're talking about music theory. And the thing is, this video, I've got to assume that you have got some technique under your belt. This is not for complete beginners. This is for people who consider themselves lead guitarists, who are confident lead players. Because there's loads that you can do on a guitar without knowing too much of the in-depth theory. But before too long, in my experience, when people do that, eventually they do want to start understanding more about the theory that they're playing or that they could play. And that's what this video is about, because it's tough to know where to start. This video, in fact, is a bit of what's the word? Well, I don't know what the word is, but it goes hand in hand with a short video that I did the other day about a really good thing that you can do if you want to get started in the basics of music theory. In fact, before we do get started, I'd like to know in the comments down there, which guitar player do you think just oozes music theory? Some players you just think, well, okay, you know exactly what you're doing, it's coming through in the music. Who are those guitarists? Let me know down there. And I've actually written these out on this piece of paper here, this nice green piece of paper. I'm not going into too much detail. I want you to see this video as a bit of a map, a guide for further research. I'm going to go into some detail, but not loads. Step number one, what have I done? I've done 4 steps. There's 4 steps. Step number 1, for complete beginner music theory, understand the chromatic scale. Chances are you know that the notes and the scales and the chords and the arpeggios and everything named after letters of the alphabet. So to actually understand where that comes from is to know what the chromatic scale is. So let's start on the A string. It's a good place to start because it starts on A. We've got the note A sharp, B, C, there was no B sharp, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, there was no E sharp, F sharp, G, G sharp, then A. Double dots on a guitar is where the string starts again. I often refer to this as our second free mini guitar up here. Anything that you play down here can be played up on those open on the 12th fret as well. So if you play some and so on and so on. Knowing and understanding the chromatic scale and memorizing. A lot of music theory is memorizing. Memorizing it is the foundation. You should know what that is on your guitar. It's just going up incrementally in frets. I don't really need to go into too much depth with that. So from there comes this second step where you've got to memorize this little formula. This formula that it says T, T, S, T, 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 S. What do they mean? You might already know this. If not, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. And for all my American friends over across the ocean, that's whole tone, whole tone, whole tone, whole tone, half, whole tone, whole tone, whole tone, half. It's just habit for me to say tone, tone, semitone and do it the English way. You'll understand what I mean. So, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. What does that mean? Well, it means that if you take any note on your guitar and play, let's say F, and play one tone away, a whole tone, okay, then do tone, then semitone, then tone, 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 semitone. One of the best exercises you can do to get used to this sound is to play the note first and just say it out loud. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. When I'm saying semitone, I'm going up just 1 fret. 1 fret is a semitone, isn't it? On the note C, play the note first. Don't fall into the trap of saying tone, tone, semitone. That's not what we're getting at here. You play the note first, then you say tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Let me just play that one again. Any ideas on, like you can answer. I'm just in teaching mode at the minute. Hands up, class. Any answers on what that is? You there, the small child with the ears. Yeah, it's the C major scale. Okay. Because I started on C and I actually ended on the note C as well. So that also sounds the exact same as one of your practiced, rehearsed major patterns, I bet. I bet if you practice this, that'll be a familiar sound to you. It's just tougher to think in terms of tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone when we're doing those patterns that go across the string. So I definitely recommend choose a note, A, and play it, then say tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Do it, it's good. So the chromatic scale, there were 12 unique notes. A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp. They're all 12 notes before it all starts getting at A. So that must mean then that there are 12 major scales. And there are 12 major scales. And the next step, step 3, that I'm going to recommend is to memorise the 12 major keys. Why do I want you to memorise 12 major keys? Because all the other music theory comes from that. It can be memorised by memorising just the major scale. If you get to the point where you can just name A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat, or F major, F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F, D flat, E flat, F, G flat, F flat, B flat, C, D flat, then you get to the point where you've actually memorised, you're so confident with them, you're memorising other stuff. It's such a big step to take, and it's such an important step to take, I think, because by memorising those, the 12 major keys, you're memorising the other music theory. I've not memorised the notes of E Phrygian, but I know that E is the third note of C, and Phrygian is the third mode. So E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E is E Phrygian. I've not memorised D Mixolydian, but I know that D is the 5th note in G major, and Mixolydian is the 5th mode, so I'd just say the notes of G major, but starting and ending on D, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D. Yeah, it's got that flattened 7th in there, Mixolydian, because, well, I'm not going to go too in depth there. Memorise the 12 major keys and a lot will follow. For a start, it's good for your memory, but it will have repercussions on your playing, on your thinking about music. Right, my battery light is coming on, so I've got to wrap this up quick. Just those things, what was it? Be familiar with the chromatic scale, the battery's going to go. From there, understand what T, T, S, T, 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 S means. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Then memorise all 12 major keys. If you did those 3 things, or if you understand those 3 things, inside and out, backwards and forwards, you're well on your way to having that foundation to build off and go on your own musical theory journey. Okay, things like arpeggios and harmony, stuff like that. Anyway, I think I've beat the battery on the camera. I've been Anthony Couch. Let me know in the comments down below which music player, guitar player, I'm rambling now, I'm rushing because of the battery, which guitar player just sounds like they know everything about music theory. It just sounds like you're cleverer for listening to their music. I've been Anthony Couch. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I'm going to finish off with this arpeggio that I did at the beginning while the things pop up at the side. See you in the next video.